Here's a quote from our old pal Goethe that sums up this next topic. For the rest of the class, we're really going to focus on color styling. Color style is a set of guidelines that distinguish the look and feel of a visual narrative. These are some panels from one of my comics called The Exploit. It's a story set in the not-so-distant future about a young hacker named Lane who's trying to escape the clutches of her troubled past. I spent a lot of time thinking about the color style for this story. It's about a world split between the messy complexity of reality and the data-driven indifference of the digital landscape. I'm using color to not only set the tone for a time and place, but also to set the tone for the character Lane's emotional journey. Color style should always play to the themes of the project. So now, as we prepare to get into our class project, we'll focus more and more on how color makes a character feel like an individual. Let's look at some cartoon shows that have influenced my work through their unique approach to color, style, and character. We'll start off with the main characters from Rebecca Sugar's fantastic cartoon, Steven Universe. Garnet, Amethyst, and Pearl are guardians of the Earth. Each character's personality and physical form is projected from a colorful gemstone embedded somewhere in their body. Pearl is a graceful, spear-wielding warrior. Her pale colors have a noble look, but they also hint at the struggles she has with her self-esteem. Amethyst is the fun-loving, whip-swinging guardian. Her outfit hints at her past as a rough-and-tumble wrestler. And Garnet, the team's leader, is dressed in high-contrast blockings of red and black, accented with the yellow stars on her powerful gauntlets. The color schemes of each of these gems has an appealing surface-level aesthetic, but their purpose goes much deeper. Color is a fundamental aspect of Steven Universe's visual narrative, as well as its characters' journeys over the course of many seasons and episodes. Over the course of the show, we learn that gems can be fused with each other to create new characters. Look again at the gem's leader, Garnet. Her look is perfect for an extraterrestrial warrior. She projects a real sense of individuality. Later in the series, you learn Garnet is the fusion of two other characters, the courageous and intensely focused soldier Ruby, and the level-headed aristocrat Sapphire. The merging of these two personalities shows why Garnet is so well positioned to lead the team of heroes. Through this backstory, we learn that Garnet's color scheme reflects the balance of her personality traits. The ever-deepening story of the gems, their history, and their relationships is a big part of Steven Universe's appeal and massive fandom. The show fits in well with the long tradition of kid-friendly, heroic cartoon tropes, but it really stands out for its well-planned color styling that allows it to convey a coming-of-age story that's rich with world-building, emotional complexity, and lots of appeal for a young audience. Next, we're going to look at the character designs of Lisa Hanawalt. She's a production designer on the Netflix show BoJack Horseman. First off, Lisa Hanawalt is an amazing illustrator. She's got a real knack for mashing up colorful animal patterns and fashion in a really unique way. This attention to the details of color style and pattern style is really fundamental to her show's world building. BoJack Horseman is a story of a washed-up 90s sitcom star living in Hollywood with his human and anthropomorphic friends. The story jumps back and forth through time, and Lisa Hanawalt's use of color and style is really essential to how this narrative flows and works. Unlike a lot of cartoons, the characters in BoJack age, and their look reflects the American culture and style of the time. So when we encounter a character like the troubled pop star Sarah Lynn, her look is distinct to the era we're seeing her in. 2016 Sarah Lynn looks different than early 2000s Sarah Lynn, and totally different from mid-90s Sarah Lynn. And it's not just the main cast that has a fashion sense. Every character, including all the background characters in this show, are distinctly iconic. You can turn this show on at any scene and see all kinds of characters living out their own little weird lives. I'm going to read some quotes from Miss Hannah Walt as we breeze through the show's character model sheets. From an interview with Bitch Media, Hannah Walt says, "I really want everything to look very specific. I just want things to look unique, and I want to think about particular people I know. When I'm drawing a character, I want to base it on a dress I saw that I can't get out of my head. Or often when I'm asking Raphael, the show's creator, okay, what did you have in mind for this particular character? He'll be like, Julia Roberts as a kangaroo, and that's such a good jumping off point for me." This next quote is from an interview on peoplemagazine.com. Hannah Walt describes choosing a character's outfit. "First, I read the script. Then I jot down notes on the main characters. I always start from the ones that seem most fun to draw. Then I pull images from fashion blogs, runway photos, and my pile of Japanese fashion magazines. I love matching different looks and colors to the characters' personalities." Then she's asked, "Why do you think fashion is an important element of your work?" Hannah Walt says, "Fashion is for everyone. It's not just about overpriced clothing and models on a runway. We all choose what we wear every day, and I'm interested in those choices. Even if you wear the same boring hoodie sweatshirt every day, that's a decision that tells a story about you." I love that, because as a cartoonist and illustrator, I'm constantly looking for ways to make my drawings feel real without sacrificing that surreal vibrancy of a cartoon world. For me, BoJack proves how fashion, particularly patterns, can make a world feel real. Hannah Walt's use of pattern, color, and style is something that makes BoJack really unique. And somewhere out there, there's a little big-headed boy who's like, "Hey, I've been a cartoon fashion icon since the 1950s. And to that, I'd like to say, go fly a kite, Charlie Brown.